All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking about real music and doing it in real time for a few real people out there, just like you and just like me. Here's the real music portion of this, as I'm going to be talking about the Eagles shortly. And these days, we're not 100% sure if the Eagles are live or are they Memorex? We don't know. But this band, I'm pretty sure, is live. When they go out there and play, Wandering Star is the name of the album. The band, as we know them, they're called Flatland Calvary. So if you want to replace old, worn out rock bands that play country music as well, you might want to send in the Flatland Calvary. See what I tried to do there? It didn't really work. Wandering Star, it's really good. Number one on the charts over in West Texas because in West Texas they have these radio stations that are kind of off the grid that play what they call red dirt music, and it's authentic country. Some of it is got a rock and roll attitude, even a punk attitude in some cases, but a lot of it's very traditional sounding. And my audience, we're kind of melodic rock people here, but I tend to go off on all kinds of tangents, and that's one of my tangents. And because I'm talking about the Eagles aren't going away, folks. They're not. They're supposed to be saying farewell, right? Didn't they have a farewell tour back in like 2000 and something else? I don't know. But the CEO for the Las Vegas Sphere says the Eagles may extend their residency. Shocker, right? Now, okay, if you haven't seen the videos that are out there sort of breaking down whether or not the vocals are being piped in and the band is doing their miming imitation, Don Henley, he does a lot of things really well. He plays drums fairly well. He sings fairly well when he's actually singing. I don't think he mimes very well. All right. You're asking guys in their mid to late 70s to learn how to do something that, Taylor Swift probably understands, but I don't know if Don Henley totally gets it. But here's what happens, right? So the band goes out, they sell all these tickets for exorbitant prices. In fact, what is it? Live Nation. Congress is trying to stop Live Nation, right? They're doing something because of its Live Nation, Ticketmaster, all that stuff is kind of just one monopoly. And then they have this ticket pricing thing that happens where if tickets start selling quickly, then the prices of those tickets start to go up accordingly. Isn't that great? So if it's selling out, rather than just paying what the ticket was originally supposed to be, wow, it's selling fast. So that ticket, which was $82, is now 247. And that's what happens. And of course, we're not talking about the fees and all these mystery charges that get added in. And you're about to check out, and your cart has two tickets in it, and you're at $768. And you're just like, how did that happen? And no, I'm not spending. I know some people, yeah, I'm going. And I go, do you know how expensive those tickets are? And they go, yeah, it's okay. It's once in a lifetime. Hello. I mean, if you've seen them before, right? It's not once in a lifetime. I haven't seen the Eagles, which is kind of a regret of mine, but I did see Don Henley perform solo in 1985, and I'm good. Glenn is gone, so I'm kind of good. I like Deacon, but it's not Glenn and Don. It's the Don show, and Don is the only original guy. And so, yeah, Joe Walsh, I've seen him solo too, twice. So again, I'm good. And I saw them when they could all sing and play. And not to say they're not playing. I don't know. Who knows, right? But go watch those. Go look up those Eagles videos, and you'll understand. And then you're paying all this money to see a performance, right? Which I don't know. See, the AI, like I've been saying, is so good. It's so impressive, and it's only going to get better. They say now every 13 months. Now, this is true. Every 13 months, computers are doubling their ability to process information. So that's like double the amount of speed, but also like they're becoming more intelligent and more precise every 13 months. And that's going to get to the point where experts say it will be like every 2 weeks. So, um, yeah, all this stuff is you're going to be demanding either that I want to know if this is an actual live performance before I buy the tickets. Or you're going to be one of those people that say, I don't care. It's better. It's better than because there are no mistakes. Everything's perfect. Okay. That's our future, right? You know, I remember years ago, my son heard a vocal by Steven Tyler, and he said to me, "What's wrong with that guy?" I said, "Well, that's his voice. That's the way he sings." Oh, well, can't they fix that? So that's where we're at right now. So fixing Don Henley, or is Don Henley actually doing all the work? That's really the question. And those videos really put it up for debate. Anyway, here's the story. It's another just unbelievable day, busy day in the world of classic rock. If you weren't able to snag tickets to see the Eagles in Vegas at the Sphere, you may get another chance. Oh, goody. So it's already sold out. Eagles are set to kick off the residency starting on September 20th, with dates confirmed through December 14th. But in an interview with the Las Vegas Review Journal, the executive chairman and CEO of the Sphere, James Dolan, indicated there's a good chance that the Eagles could come back for more shows because they're making like $1 million a show. He says, first off, the Eagles are selling like hotcakes. So the likelihood is they will extend, but that's up to them. They have to decide. He adds, look, they can play as long as they want. In other words, they can stay there for as long as they want. Dolan notes that not every artist can play the Sphere because it poses challenges that don't come with a regular concert. There's a challenge for every artist who comes here. It's the same with Dead and Company. It's not just playing your show, he says. They are the best musicians in the world, but they still have to take their art and translate it onto the screen, adding, it requires an awful lot from the artists. So there's a lot of technology involved with the Sphere. It's not your, you know, just outdoor venue or something like that. It sounds pretty high tech. But apparently, Dead and Company, they can do it. They're currently headlining their Dead Forever residency. Dead Forever. Their next show is happening July 11th, with shows confirmed through August the 10th. So remember, the Dead and Company, they were done last summer. They were all done. You know, they had had enough, and so they were going to go off and do separate things. But then the money, yeah, the money, and the tickets are selling like hotcakes. I'm assuming that all the deadheads went to Las Vegas and are just camping out there through August 10th. Eagles, they'll be doing the same thing, camping out, and apparently they're welcome to stay as long as they want to. And if they're getting a little bit of help, little assistance, which, according to some YouTubers who are pretty smart, it appears that they are, then it'll be, no sweat. It'll be easy for the Eagles to do that. Again, I've seen Don Henley. I've seen Joe Walsh. I never have seen everybody together. It would have been cool in their prime with Don Felder, by the way. Let me add that. No Don Felder. Before I go, this band here. This is your replacement band for a band like the Eagles, at least in the sense that this is a country rock band with a little bit of Hank Williams and a little bit of the Rolling Stones and some other stuff in here, which is hard to define. They definitely have their own thing here. And Wandering Star is the name of this album, and the band is called Flatland Calvary. Maybe they can snag a gig at the Sphere. Seems a little high tech for them. You're probably going to see them at some dive bar in West Texas. And from my own personal experience today, that is the best way to see a show. There's a bar up the road from where I live called the Buckingham Blues Bar. And I've seen some stuff there that just tops a lot of the things I've seen at larger venues. You're right up close, and everything is real. There's no fakery going on, and that's going to be my standard moving forward. Is there fakery? Is there the possibility of fakery? And can you guarantee me that this is live and not Memorex? And none of them are going to do that. They're just going to people are just going to buy the tickets, and you're going to be sitting there going, well, this is okay, but I could have been home. I'm stuck in traffic. I paid, $800 to be here. My nose is bleeding because the seats are so far away from the stage. No, I'd rather go again. And you can argue with me about the quality of the music. Like, you don't know the music of some local band or some national band that just tours and stops in all of these little venues. You don't know their music, but they have to play their music live and they have to sound good doing it. They have to practice and rehearse and do things that bands used to do and sharpen and hone and get reactions from the audience. And maybe they try something different the next night, I don't know if that's going to be a thing going forward in these larger venues, and especially with these old bands that really aren't anywhere near their skill level at their peak. So these are things to think about. Just put it out there. Live, is it live or is it Memorex? The Eagles, there's a question mark with this. And the fans are apparently undeterred by this as the tickets continue to sell like hotcakes. Good for them. Good for the Eagles. It's not like they haven't had a good run, right? Haven't the Eagles had a really good run? Maybe it's time. There are a bunch of bands on my list where it's just time. I started doing this like 8 years ago, and I figured by like 2020, 2021 or so. Of course, we had that little break there, but I thought, yeah, a lot of these guys, they're going to have to retire, but they're not, because the money is too good to turn down. All right, people, thanks for watching this channel. Please support this channel in some way, as the algorithm, especially after yesterday's videos, the algorithm doesn't seem to like this channel. So Patreon, YouTube memberships, and Buy Me a Coffee, which is one of my favorites because it's a way you can just do a one-time donation. You could say hello, you could speak your mind, and then buy me a coffee. That's the way I kind of like things. Patreon, though, we have conversations. I post videos over on, not of me, although I should do that every now and then, but people want to hear or see something other than me all the time. So I'll post music and I'll talk about songs. And I have a Sunday morning song. Sometimes I do a Tuesday song or a Wednesday. I have things that I need to do on a regular basis. But anyway, if you want to support on Patreon, please, if you can, $1 a month, $5, $2, whatever you can afford. That really helps the channel. It offsets some of the YouTube revenue that I used to get. So I appreciate that. God bless everyone. Pray for peace in the Middle East and around the world and in your own heart. And I will see you soon.